taking over. Okay, all you wonderful people have been sitting in chat here. Looks like we're ready to go. Got another night of first edition Dungeons and Dragons. We're back in Greyhawk, kicking around the Pomarge area, which is Oak's character's stomping grounds, really. Yeah, so tonight we have Dion. Who are you playing? What level are they? We'll put up your details. I think I even got a thing for you now, Dion. Look, there it is. There it is. Yeah, we'll do the full plugs at the end. Richard. Very good. Friendin back with us tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on a second. They can't hear us. Hopefully, they can hear us now.
They can hear you, but
that's
nobody else was heard.
All right. Well, let's just quickly do that again. Dion, who you playing?
I'm playing NPC, the level 4 fighter.
All right, Richard.
Tristan, level 4, remuneration redistribution specialist. Next person, go.
I'm Friendin. I'm playing Growolf. He's an elven magic user that wields more puns than magic.
And Oak.
I'm playing the half-orc fighter, level 4.
Nice. So last time, you guys entered Port and Highport, hoping just to make a quick touchdown, grab some much-needed food and water, and get the heck out. And instead, well, you find yourself embroiled in another problem. Just another problem. But before we get into what most of the crew did last time, Friendin, let's pick on you for a little bit.
Ooh, I like this.
Bert, all right.
Did you know that's my kink? No.
So, Grown Wolf, so you wake up in your cabin. It's warm, it's muggy, and yet you feel cold, like just bone cold. You reach up to touch your face just to stop the shivering, and something warm and wet is left behind on your palm print. And you fumble around, you get some light going. Your hands are covered with fresh, warm blood.
Oh, no.
You look down, you're dressed, but you don't remember dressing. Last thing you remember was putting on your nightgown for sleep. And now you've got all your normal clothes on. Wait, are these even your clothes?
Oh, no.
They're darker than your usual taste, a little bit more form-fitting.
Are they clean?
They're not so clean. There's blood.
Oh, that's blood. Not the kind of dirty I like. No.
All over them. You look around to see if there's someone else in your room. It's not. Your candle's lighting up your little cabin fairly well. And you see there's a knife near the bed. It's got a very thin, long blade, about a 6-inch blade, very rounded off handle. You've never seen that knife before. It's covered in the blood as well.
Who killed somebody in my cabin and got it all over me? They could be more genteel about this the next time.
Right. And as you're trying to figure this out, thudding blows on your door. And Odette is yelling at you to get up. The rest of the party needs you.
Oh, shit. I'm going to kick the knife under the bed, disrobe, and immediately try to put on my normal dreary garb, hoping my hands aren't stained red. Or if they are, I'll blame it on some bad food I ate.
I gotta love that your character's first reaction is to hide the evidence.
Oh, absolutely. Awesome. I don't know what I did yet.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, you clean up as best you can, throw the bolt on your cabin door. Odette is... did you listen to the last session?
I did.
Know what happened?
Yeah,
okay.
I did. Yeah.
Right. So she gives you the lowdown. She's coming back to the boat because she's got to take care of her critters and even more critters that have been just exponentially growing on this boat. So you're going to take her place on the march.
Okay.
So she fills you in on everything that's gone on. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Odette. I owe you a debt of gratitude.
Pun noted. Right. All right. What do you do? You're basically told where the rest of the gang is, that you're going to have to go into Highport.
I'm gonna ask a crew member like, hey, were there any strange going-ons beyond our normal level of zaniness? Is there anyone who maybe is missing or was found with more perforation than expected?
Okay, so one of your crew just kind of looks at you oddly and says, well, we took on all those new passengers yesterday. No bodies have turned up, if that's what you're asking.
Oh,
Everything's been
good.
pretty
You
quiet.
know, anytime you have new passengers, I always wonder, are they trustworthy? Has anyone been, let's say, stabbed a lot? And that's a common question that people ask.
He looks at you and he says, don't play cards with the short one. I'm pretty sure he cheats.
Okay. Ooh, good to know. Thank you. What are cards? And then I'll try to catch up with everybody at this point. Like, I wanted to just make sure it wasn't like, you killed the captain.
No one appears to be missing. I mean,
Okay.
head counts are done. No one is like lethally laying somewhere dying out as their kidneys are perforated. Nothing like that's going on.
Okay,
So
good.
Odette came back with some of the bears with the water. So they're topping off all your stores.
Okay.
So you guys got a reroll banked there. So you do head back with some more of the heavies as well. So it's not just you. Again, good show of force is the best way to say stay safe in this town. Meanwhile, back at the hideout, the conspicuous red hideout that sticks out well more than it should for a hideout. All the provisions and anything necessary for the trip is being basically gotten hold of now. You guys are just told to either wait around or go do whatever you want to, come back in an hour. They're going to head off.
I know what we're transporting. Yep.
You'll be given horses and what you're transporting. I mean, you can pretty much assume that it's either cattle or people because they said it was a live transport.
All right.
Could I ask one of those orc guys a question before we left
Yeah.
them? If like the guards come back out that were like tossing the dice or something. I just want to ask what the X's mean over the posters. If like
Give me a charisma check.
Okay. 1 over.
Okay. He just stares at you and says, it's our business. Just a way to keep track of things. Nothing you need to be concerned about.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no one tells me anything. I just follow along and kill stuff.
Yep, it's pretty much what you're being paid for.
Yep. I nod and have a good day. Yeah, have a good day.
I listen to
I
this
guess.
and I'm like,
Good luck with
Go ahead.
the dice. Sorry.
no, you're good. I overtalked. I was just going to say, I think of my room and I'm like, at least you got paid.
I mean, you guys are getting paid.
Well, let's just go ahead and say that Grown Wolf, you're there with it easily within the hour that they're getting ready to go on. They note that you got a new person in the crew. They don't really comment on it. Actually, Thyber, how you took exception to your dwarven slave being killed the last time. They just look at you and they say, keep him in line.
Not a problem.
All right. So you're actually provided with horses. Whether you know how to ride or not, that's kind of up to you to figure out. They provide you with horses, and they are towing a covered wagon. You see the back of the wagon. You don't see what went into it, but you are seeing iron bars being locked, and then on the other side of it, like a bolt's driven through and locked on the outside, and then they just drop a cover over it. Didn't see what went into it.
Covered wagon, like standard Old West size, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't. I mean, How did we not see what was going into it? I mean, was it that we were directed somewhere else, or
It came out of a stall. It was loaded into the stall, but they closed the door on the outside.
right? But they didn't have like
You were not
heavy
invited
moving
in
gear
there. Oh,
right?
you would have seen the stall before. There's no pulleys in there. You didn't see like any like livestock stalls. There's no hay in there. You didn't see any of that.
Cool. So we're not reenacting the opening from Jurassic Park. That's good to know. I mean, we could have been if we just been dealing with dinosaurs. So hey,
Could have been. The wagon has several casks of beer that are strapped to the side. Very weak. It's basically potable water at this point. And that's what it's there for. They tell you that it's going to be about a 2.5 day trek to Badwall. That's where they're heading. And you'll be paid your other half upon delivery. So there's 2 of them for each of you. Okay. So, and I believe, Dion, you're bringing your orc husband, or at least your orc boy toy.
Yeah.
Right. And then 2 of the other captain's crew are coming with you. So there's 7 of you, 14 of them.
Okay.
all right.
What's them? The orcs?
Yep.
Oh, we're going together. Oh.
You're going together, right? So you guys are all given horses. They basically, well, they do ask if any of you are passable scouts.
Mm,
Tristan is?
Maybe. Yeah, I guess.
It's whether or not you want to answer the question, but
Yeah.
I know foraging, fishing, and plant lore in the wilderness as proficiencies, but I'm not quite sure that's scouting material. More like how to get food in my tummy material.
how to not wipe your ass with poison oak. That's
Exactly. And for somebody with as much gastrointestinal distress as me, that ends up being important.
yes, indeed. All right. Do you answer, Tristan, or do you let it go?
No. Yeah. I might be able to do some of that.
All right. Well, they send you and one other orc ahead to scout. Basically, ahead, not so far that you can't be heard if you yell out, but just basically to blaze a trail. Let them know if something's coming up that might stop the wagon from getting through, deadfall, trees that have fallen across, anything like that. And just basically report back just on a, every half hour or so, just one of you ride back. All right. The rest of you, they're asked to basically take tail. So the rest of you are kind of strung out behind the caravan. And Oak, you're asked if you would rather be on the wagon.
And the wagon in the very back, or is it being escorted like in the center?
It's in the center. Their people are up front. You guys are taking rear. They ask if you want to be on the wagon, either on the roof or on the buckboard.
I'll be on the buckboard.
Sorry. Okay. So you have no horse. You're put on the wagon. There's a driver and one other orc taking up. If you want to sit on the buckboard, he'll go on the roof, and he's got a crossbow. They hand you one if you want to use it, or if you don't have one.
I've got a longbow.
Okay, well, good enough. All right. So yeah, the plan is they're going to basically travel on until dusk, make camp, do that over again one night, and then the night after that, or the afternoon after that, they should arrive. Your job is keep us safe, help us repel any raiders, anyone trying to take the cargo, or even wild animals. We get a lot of bears out here this time of year. All right.
As we're getting prepared, are any orcs looking more chatty than others?
None of them look particularly chatty.
Mm.
They're pretty grim and pretty staying on task.
I'm going to puff up my chest and walk up to one and act like I've punched something before, which I haven't, and say, "Did you hear of any strange happenings in town last night? Any murders that were perhaps unexpected?"
Make me a charisma check.
Yeah, okay. And I speak orc for what it's worth.
Yes.
So rolling that now. Ooh, come on, keyboard. That is a 1 away from my charisma and a success.
Okay, good enough. Kind of looks at you for a minute. He's been working on something in his mouth, and he kind of just spits out this stream of brown liquid. Says,
Mm.
"High port, there's murders every night.
That
Some
makes
get paid
sense.
for it, some do it for fun.
Mm.
You wondering if a particular person got killed?" He gives you this big grin, and there's teeth missing. It's just a horror show of broken dentistry going on in there. I might be
I'm
able
going
to tell you.
I'm gonna guess the dentists are the first to die. You know, no, not really sure of anyone in particular. Just thought if maybe were there any high profile murders?
Ain't nobody high profile in town that I'm aware of right now.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. You were quite helpful. Do you punch me now or is it later?
He just gives you this slap across your cheek.
Thank you. I expected that. And then I turn tail and catch up with the rest of the group.
He's like, that orc turns around. He's just a little bit in front of you, Oak. Thybray turns around and says, "That's a pretty slave you got there. You want to rent him out? You let me know."
Please do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So it's late afternoon. You're not going to get very far tonight. Go ahead.
So have we already set out?
You're about to.
All right.
Okay.
So I just want to meet up with the others and go. We actually doing anything here? We trying to find out who the prisoner is and free them, or do we not care?
Well, the only thing I don't remember meta table talk is, and I'll ask is like, what will we getting paid for this again? Like, what's the barter?
They weren't gonna kill us.
Oh, I do like to be alive.
Yeah, we basically got into like this port that's all bad boys,
Yeah.
bad boys.
Oh, you're getting paid. You're
And,
getting paid pretty well, actually. They're giving you
Okay.
half up front,
That was-
half
Are
on
we?
delivery.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But also, we're being allowed to live.
I do like money and I like being alive. I like being alive with money. These things all overlap in the Venn diagram pretty well. I mean, I'm pretty amenable to delivering whatever this is unless something comes up that makes me think we shouldn't.
I just thought we were doing this to see if it was the elf or not who got kidnapped. I don't know.
Right.
There'll be time for you guys to just have a quick conversation before you head out, so you're welcome to talk.
Yeah,
I mean, I could go either way. It's just that, while we were out there scouting, I could, kill off this orc at some point. Just going with me, just to say, I go, oh no, bandits got them or something. I just wanted to know if I was doing that or not.
I don't mind the idea of weeding down their numbers either way in case. And so if you think we can get away with it, I'm good.
I don't think it's a good idea. I think we should just do this and yeah, be done with it. If like shit gets real and like a good amount of them get wiped out by something, then maybe we can take them out. But it's 2-1, and I don't. No, they look really rough.
Well, how about this? How about we keep an open mind about the prisoner potentially in the carriage? If it's in our best interest to intervene, we will. If an opportunity to murder some of them, or let's say displace some of our new friends, comes up that seems like we won't catch flack for, we take it. Otherwise, we do our job.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like you are joining the caravan then.
Yep.
Okay. So you head out. I put a little thing on the map there. 1 hex is about 30 miles. So it's a pretty long distance to where you're heading. It'd take you about 3 days to get there without force marching anyway. You are on horseback, but the wagon itself is fairly slow. Head out. A formation that I told you about. You, Tristan, you're up front scouting, right? Your friend that's scouting with you is a particularly slender orc. Like most orcs are, have thick, heavy frames. This one might be half orc. He's fairly light of frame, very intense look about him. He's in leathers. He's got lots of throwing are they knives? You're not quite sure, but he's got lots of sharp implements on him for throwing. He does have a small light crossbow that's stretched on his saddle there as well. He doesn't do much other than acknowledge you with a nod, and you guys are both riding side by side. He's looking around. He's taking the left, you're taking the right. So as you're going, once you're out of Highport, this is a coastline for the most part. There is a road here. It's not a great one. And basically, there's been enough traffic through it that the ground has been leveled out a little bit. Someone's made some attempt to throw some gravel here now and then just to make the purchase a little bit easier. But you are following at least a known road. All right, so as you're going along, roll me a d6, Richard.
Oh, I did not get out a d6 on my real dice, so there's a 4.
Okay, good enough. Let's see how he does as well. Okay. Well, the first several hours are uneventful. What are you guys doing along the train, if anything?
Just keeping an eye out and kind of just observing my surroundings as I go along, you know. Keep looking around consistently because there's not much else to do. These guys don't seem to be talkative, and Grown Wolf's busy making friends. Question mark.
Yeah, so I'll be keeping an eye for actual threats, but I also want to keep ears open for any murmurings amongst the orcs.
Okay.
Any kind of things that I may pick up.
I'll
make small talk as I can.
Sure. I assume that you speak Orcish.
Yes.
So there is some chatter back and forth a little bit. You get the idea that one, they're slavers, and that the name Michaelis comes up. I want you to make me an intelligence check.
That'd be a crit fail.
Yeah. Means nothing to you.
I get a headache.
Pounding headache. A couple of times while you're straining just to listen and pick up any bits of conversation, you hear like a muted cough coming from behind you inside the covered wagon. You know, so you can't see into it. It's covered by cloth on your end as well.
Do they seem to get angry if we get close to the wagon?
You want to get close to the wagon and find out?
Yeah, I'm gonna sidle my way up there. Like, I'm gonna look like I belong there. I'm not gonna try to look sneaky.
Well, no one stops you. You want to come up to the back, to the side. The whole thing is covered.
Is it canvas cover?
Yes.
I'm gonna go to the side just to try to listen in rather than the back, which looks like I'm trying to get in.
Okay. There sounds like there is some conversation. Elven conversation going on.
Can I make out any of the words?
You can make out every other word. It's not. It's just because of the bouncing of the wagon and it's covered with. They're not talking very loud. You can make out enough that it's Elven, and they seem to be discussing what their options are.
I'm going to say hello in Elvish.
Okay. All right. Nobody seems to notice that, but the conversation stops inside. So that you just say hello. All right.
Yeah, and so they just, that's it. They quiet up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, and in Elvish, I'm hoping the orcs like in proximity don't know Elvish, but I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say anything too stupid. I'm just gonna say we've been paid a lot to ensure your safe travel to where they're taking you.
Okay. There's no response from inside.
Okay, that's enough for me for now. I'm gonna try to find the group and relay to the first one of our compatriots that I find that's what I heard and kind of confirms some suspicions.
Tristan is far ahead. He's scouting.
Okay.
Thiber is on the wagon, so the only person you can really talk
NPC.
to is NPC. Right. NPC, you're kind of scouting. You're kind of looking around. No one's talking to you, you know, so you're just kind of enjoying the day somewhat. You do notice something, though. On the horizon, probably several miles ahead of you, there are several very large birds in the air circling.
I wave to the orc on top of the wagon to get his attention, and I point in the direction of the birds to point him out to him.
Okay, you're actually the one whose attention you get is Thyber. The driver is driving the wagon.
Okay.
The other one isn't paying attention to behind him.
Do I recognize what this may be from growing up in the area?
Yeah, likely vultures.
Carrion birds.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I say back to him.
I just say, should we be worried about anything there?
It's always
Maybe
a possibility, but scavenger birds, something's dead.
Yeah, if you want to let the driver know.
Now, is it an abnormal amount, like something that would be over a battlefield, or just like a few carcass or four?
So, Thyber a city boy or a country boy?
I'm assuming he would have grown up in the foothills, so he'd be more country.
All right, fair enough. There must be a kill nearby. Likely a predator is eating on it, and they're waiting for their opportunity to pick up scraps.
And say shouldn't be anything to worry about, but I'll make sure the driver sees him.
Yeah, you can elbow the driver and just kind of point it out. He'll just nod. Up front, Tristan, the possibly half-orc that's next to you, he kind of stops his horse, and you see his nose goes up, and he's sniffing the air. He dismounts, and he goes over and looks at a tree. What'd you say? Sorry.
Trouble?
Maybe. Hold on. He goes and looks at a tree, and he walks around it for a minute, and he puts his hand on it, kind of moves it around, puts it up to his nose. Bears. Territory's marked. Go back and let them know we got some bears up ahead.
Okay. Yep. All right. I'll do just that. One thing that I want to say while we are going along here scouting, I want to be looking out for poisonous mushrooms, just in case I need something like that.
Yeah, you make a luck check. Just high or low. Roll your D100.
Okay, I'm just going to use the thing for that. High.
Okay. Unfortunately, so far you haven't noticed any.
Oh, well. All right. Yeah, and then I'll go back to the others and say, yeah, probably bears.
All right. So
while I have your ear, can I have a chance to tell him about the elves? Because I feel like you were also kind of on the fence about what we do here. That there are definitely elves in that.
You can pass that along. Okay. Yep. So when you pass that message, though, the orc guards that are back this way, they start pulling these long spears out of the edge of the wagon. It's like they're boar hunting spears. They've got the long crossbar at the top. Some of them pull out some heavy crossbows and start loading them up. The driver kind of points to nudges the crossbow that's next to you there, Thyber, then notices you have your own bow and says, all right, well, I'd go ahead and knock one just in case.
Nod. Now, from where he's saying they picked up the scent of bear, does that correlate anywhere with the vultures?
Yes.
Like maybe the kill they've made?
Yeah. I mean, you're heading right. You're going to intersect where the birds are hovering over.
As long as we give them their space, hopefully there'll be no fight. They've probably made a kill recently.
There's so much space we can give them. We got to stay to the road. This wagon's wheels aren't going to go over bad terrain very easily. We'll see what it looks like when we get closer. All right. You given your message, Tristan? Do you go back up front? Do you hang out back here?
No, go back up there.
Okay.
Get ready. Seeing everybody else preparing for it, I just unsling my bow as well.
Yeah, the half-orc up front has gotten his crossbow loaded, and he's got it where he can get to it easily enough. He kind of looks over at you and says, how well can you handle that horse?
The horse? Not really. Not really good rider.
All right.
It had wings.
Yeah, if it flows, I'll be fine. but-
True. Look, if they get if your horse gets sent to that bear, it's gonna scare. So why don't you let me go ahead? I'll find out if there's actually a bear out there or not. You just hang back a little bit.
All right. Okay. I guess I can do that.
Yeah, he travels out of sight. Just kind of goes
On
up
its
forward
horse.
on his horse.
Right. Okay.
Now, if you want to try and follow closer, you can, but you were given the warning that if your horse picks up the scent, it might be harder to
Go,
control.
go.
Yeah. All right, so he's gone for a bit.
I mean, I was gonna dismount anyway, and I assume we're not traveling up towards them, or is everybody still advancing?
Well, he told you to hang back. So, yeah, he's advancing, told you to hang back. Up to you whether or not you follow that.
I mean, I'm gonna drop slower than he is.
All right. Well, he goes up a fair amount ahead. If you continue forward, you do get to the point where your horse seems to be a little restless. You don't need to make a check yet, but yeah, your horse's head is kind of looking around quite a bit. You see its nostrils flare every now and then. It seems to be very uncomfortable.
Better scout than me at the moment. I'll get off and tie it up somewhere.
Okay. Yep. He's still gone by the time the wagon train catches up to you.
Guess I'll tell the others. Hey, he's not back. He went out ahead because horse not good. I haven't seen hide nor hair of him since then.
We've barely gotten started, and already bad things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask one of the other
really
orcs.
liked being away from this party for a while.
Does that sound normal of your scout?
No, something's wrong. He makes a motion to his crew. They all again grab crossbows, load them up, and they start going forward. They tell your group and the rest of the orcs that are on the the wagon itself to just huddle up, just surround the wagon, just wait. We're gonna find out what's going on.
So all of them left?
Yeah, except for the two orcs that are on the wagon and you guys.
And the two that are on the wagon are in the front, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna post myself near the back of the wagon,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna hang out and listen, keep an eye behind us.
All right. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna walk back up to the canvas-covered wagon
Mm-hmm.
and just say the word "better" and walk away for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and join NPC at the back of the canvas-covered wagon.
All right.
I'm
And
gonna
just
get on
have
top
a
of the
nice
wagon.
conversation. Hey, wasn't it great that we picked up that the dwarf and the halfling, Stumpy, etc.
Ah.
We were able to get them on our ship and safely out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was great.
that was a
Those
stroke of
guys
luck.
seem like a really good crew.
What language are you speaking this in?
Just common, I believe. I think
Common.
that's probably
right.
certainly not Elvish.
And there's a
Elven.
gruff voice that
Yeah.
the person must be very close to the bars. This gruff voice kind of speaks out. Do either of you speak Dwarven?
Nope.
Yes.
'Kay.
That's the language of commerce.
Friend or foe?
Don't know who you are, but
You've taken the rest of our crew on board. Sounds like.
then friendly to them at least.
I look over, I go, what did he say?
Can we tell? Can I tell if male, female voice?
Male, Dwarven.
They're asking about the crew.
Well then,
Friend or foe?
ask if the elf girl is with him.
Yeah. All right. Is she in there? Is she safe?
What'll it cost us for you to get us out of here?
We already worked. I can't understand him.
As you guys are
Don't know,
talking, The orcs that went forward, about half of them are coming back very quickly, like sprinting in your direction. Many of them have like terrible wounds across their face, many of across their backs, and you guys hear howling coming from the direction they're fleeing.
Can I see? I got on top of the wagon. Can I see anything?
All right, tell you what. Make me a wisdom check.
Nope. Missed by 4.
Oh, something's chasing them. It doesn't sound like a bear to you. It sounds more like a pack of wolves.
I'm gonna knock an arrow and get ready.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got company. Say
Right.
out, everybody.
I'm gonna
get an arrow ready too.
I'm gonna try to scrabble up like any are there any places I can scrabble
You
up
can
to get
climb
off
on top
ground?
of the wagon.
That's my goal then.
Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna try to get on top.
All right. All right. You guys are going to have a round to act as leaping from like tree to tree, from boulder to boulder across the ground are these forms that look half wolf, half man. There seems to be about a half dozen of them coming in this direction, moving very fast, using the trees to again leap from one tree to another. One of the orcs that are in the very back position gets scooped up, taken into a tree, and then it's just like blood and guts rain down a moment later.
Bears sure do look funny around here.
All right. Those of you with ranged attacks, you can have a free round before they can actually get within range to do anything.
Hell yeah.
Are there any that seem... Go ahead.
Oh, how far are they?
Okay, hold on a second. $160.
Okay, so I have to move 10 feet forward in order to do this.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Go ahead, Brendan. Sorry.
No, I was gonna ask the range too, so we're good. They're out of my spell range.
You can wait a half a moment and get it off before they come in, because they still have to cross that distance too.
That's long distance for me. What's the penalty on long again? 5.
Well, it's up to you when you shoot. It's just a question of you'll be able to get one action in before they're on you in melee. So if you want to wait until they're within a better range, you can.
Okay, yeah. If they're that quick, I'll wait till they close the short.
Okay.
If I'm gonna fire if they're in singles in terms of how they're coming in once they get within my crossbow range.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not singletons, I'm gonna try to cast sleep on the biggest group of them.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Explain that to me again.
So if they're coming single file and not.
Oh no, not at all. They're all individuals, like just rappelling from tree to tree, heading forward towards you. There's not like one mass of them anywhere.
Then I will ready my crossbow, and when they get in light crossbow range that's feasible, I will fire.
Sure. We'll just go top down. So Dion, what range do you want to take a shot at?
I'm just gonna take the long range shot.
Okay.
So it's a -1?
No, for long range. Unless you've got an ability that makes that better. I believe it's -3 for long range.
Okay. So this first one, take 2 more off it if you could, because I thought it was -1.
Mm-hmm.
But, alright, and this other one's -3. Okay. Alright.
Well, that first one certainly hits one of them. It doesn't seem to do anything. Like it sticks in the creature, which doesn't make a noise, doesn't seem like it affects it at all, and it just continues to hurl forward.
My weapon's useless against it. Arrows are useless.
Okay, so going down next, Richard, do you have a ranged attack you want to use?
Yeah, I'm also going to fire the bow just to see, because
Sure.
I have a longbow, so I have a further reach than the rest of the people, I guess. And I will say in Dwarven, while we're doing this, I will just say, survive this, talk later. Now let's just use the macro. Sorry, I can't be bothered to use the dice.
Oof. Yeah, it goes wide. Yeah. You have no idea if it'll affect it or not. So, Frinden, you're using a crossbow?
No, I missed what the second
Yeah,
second
I'm
one.
using a crossbow.
Sure.
And the I had said better earlier to the covered wagon. As I'm about to fire, I say offer, and then I loose my crossbow.
Worse, much worse.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead. 3. Oof. Yeah, it goes wide as well. Oak, does Thyber take a shot?
Yeah, I'm waiting until they close the short range.
Sure. Yeah, so you'll just be able to get the one shot off. Go ahead. Again, it strikes one of them high in the arm. It doesn't seem to stop it in the least bit.
Is this anything I would be aware of from the area? I've heard of?
Well, the area has a reputation of being high on the lycanthrope end. Yeah.
So would this tip me off when I see it strike? And then
Yeah, you're going to need silver
yeah,
or magic to really do much. I mean, you can cut the heads off and that'll work.
now do I know will an actual non-silver weapon do any damage at all?
Okay, so system-wise, if you crit, yeah, you'll sever limbs, including possibly a head. It will eventually regenerate, but that will slow it down.
I'm saying, like, because I can't remember on first if it was just like 0 damage for magical.
Yeah, I mean, by the rules,
it
it does no damage unless it's magical or silver.
Right.
But in this case, yeah, I mean, if you hack its head off, I mean, or burn it, that would definitely do it. All right, so you take the shot. Yeah. Now it's closer, so you realize what it is.
Like we're going to need silver, fire, magic.
Right. Okay, and here the orcs are going to have a volley too. One hits, same general thing though. It doesn't really stop them. If you want to take one more shot, Dion, you can, and then they're going to be on you.
There's no point. I'm just gonna switch to a battle axe and my shield and maintain a defensive position.
Okay. The orcs, meanwhile, have dropped their bows and have grabbed those like boar hunting spears. There's long spears with the cross pieces, and they're like bracing for impact with them. All right, so I tell you what, Oak, why don't you roll a d6 for your side? Okay, well, you guys go first as they clash into you.
And how many are there?
Looks like there's 6 of them. So it's going to hit the orcs or in front of you guys. So it's going to hit the orcs first, and then you're right behind. You're like the next row back. But yeah, they're coming in high too, so like they're going to be able to, move around quite easily.
Okay.
Well, while you're thinking, one of the orcs impales on this long spear and kind of braces it up. The thing is still alive, but it's kept, it's clawing, trying to get itself down the spear, but it's caught on the cross piece. And the one orc is just kind of holding it in the air so that it can't get to him. It definitely doesn't seem to hurt the creature, but it's stuck. It can't get off and it can't get lower to the orc. And he's just kind of hanging on for dear life to hold that up in the air. But that's the only one that was able to do much of anything. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Now that they're in closer, are there any that are close more than 1 by 1?
The best you can do is get about 2 in one grouping.
Okay. I'm gonna shit. You know what? I'm gonna magic missile. I'm gonna magic missile the 2.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your damage. Tell me how you're spreading it out. How many missiles are in each?
Yeah, let me double check. 1d4 plus 1 damage each. I think this is the first time I've cast this in a long time. I've been sleeping in gaseous clouding things. Melee I can cast.
What level are you?
I'm level 4, so I can.
Do you have what, 4?
Yeah.
Should have 4 darts, d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Gonna do 2 into each.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. All right. So let's
9
say
and
the-
8. Okay.
Good roll.
Yeah.
Okay. That definitely hurts. 2 of them, fur is like burning and scorched in the areas where your magic missile hit. They kind of bark out annoyance at that. Oak, what's Cyber doing?
I'm pulling my two-handed sword to get ready, but I'm exerting my will, or attempting to. Now, do I have to verbalize stuff, or can I just think?
It has worked better for you in the past if you verbalize, but you don't know that it's necessary.
Okay, because I don't want to give stuff away. I'm trying to mentally project, kill, spare me and my companions, and you can have the rest of the orcs. Let us travel in peace. Basically, kill off the other guys.
Okay. Make me a charisma check.
How many rerolls we got?
We have 9.
9.
Care if I burn some?
Do it.
Go for it.
Okay,
like
there
fun.
comes one. Oh, damn it. That's a miss by 3.
Do it again. We have 9.
Do
We
one
have
more.
8.
I'll do one more. There it is. Perfect.
Yeah!
That's
Okay.
on the nose.
Yeah.
Roll me a D percentage. Okay. Roll a D10. Okay. You pass out.
Okay.
All right.
So the rest y'all see me
werewolves-
pull my two-handed sword and then just fall
yeah,
over.
you just kind of fall over with blood trickling out of your nose and out of the corners of your eyes. The werewolves that are in the trees and were about to pounce, now they pounce on the orcs. So they leave you guys alone, and they pounce on all of your other orc companions there. So they're gonna.
You say
Yeah.
all of our orc companions. Do you mean including
Except for
Italy or
Fiber.
whatever?
Yeah.
Oh. No.
All right.
What about my mans?
Yeah.
Well, your man's is included in that.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, no.
who knows? Because it could be like, well, my
Yeah.
mental projection had like the image of my friend. Who
Okay,
was with
no, that's fine. If that's how you see it, that'll work. 2 of the orcs go down and just they just tear into them, bits, pieces, arms, legs just go all over the place. Viscera is just thrown everywhere. All right. It's your guys' initiative again. So let's have Grunwolf do a d6 this time.
Okay.
I
Going
mean,
for it.
have we all done something this round?
Have you actually?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. What do you
Yeah,
want to
you
do?
shot, I
Sorry,
thought you shot.
no, that was last round.
Sure,
That was his
the first
freebie.
round, so, yeah.
That was his freebie.
Oh.
I don't know. What did NPC do this round as well?
I maintained a defensive position and braced
Ah,
for
well, there we go.
impact.
All right. Well, Diver shouted out fire, silver, or magic. And I
Mhm.
only have one of those, and that's fire. So I will set something on fire so that I can, light my arrows off of it.
Okay. I'm gonna say there's no fire lit currently, so you're gonna take a round to light a fire. That's what this
Werewolf
comes
stuff.
down to.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
fine.
Okay. Yeah, that works. So I rolled a 4. What did you roll, Friendon, for your side?
You're muted, Friendon.
Oh, the muting. Now we just can't hear you.
Oh, jeez. You know what? I was so concerned about my vape making noise that I muted in Zoom and my Yeti mic. So.
There you 5. Okay, so you guys go first again.
Top of the order was, I think it was me, wasn't it?
Anyone you can just
Don't
take it
think
if
it
you want.
matters,
Yeah.
yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay. I'm going to cast sleep on the group of 2 that I just
Hit.
since there's 2, yeah, might as well try it.
All right, go for it.
All right, and so that is God. It's been,
Yeah, just tell
this is
me
the problem.
how many
yeah.
you affect.
R44. All right.
Okay, yeah, they both go down.
Sweet. Okay, great. The 2 singed ones are tired.
So there are 3 that are still up and mobile. You've got 1 that's still impaled on the end of this orc spear.
What are the drivers doing? The 2 orcs on the cart.
I'm gonna have them go last, but the driver's he's still loading his crossbow he shot last round, so he's gonna load up
Okay.
another bolt this round.
They're on the cart.
Yeah, the rest of the orcs
Okay.
are gonna try and use their spears.
I'm going to get Oak up and carry him around to the back of the cart for protection.
What's your strength?
16.
What's your con, Oak?
16.
All right, he's heavy, but you can manage it.
Now I'm
Yeah,
on
just
top
like-
of the cart.
Yeah. So
Oh,
he's
you're on top? Oh, you're fine.
okay.
I'm
all right.
leaving you there. You're fine. I thought you were on the ground, so I was like, oh, he fell on the battlefield.
You
I
may
can't
not
get
even
outta
know
here.
that I fell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I thought you were like on the field. I'm sorry. Okay,
No.
then I'm doing something completely different.
Okay.
I'm keeping my battle axe ready and I'm staying near the cart in a defensive position. I'm just
Okay, so
waiting
you're
for
just
something to
waiting.
get near the cart. I'm defending it.
Okay. Richard, you've got a fire lit.
Yeah, I have. Can I catch any of my arrows on fire?
If this is a tactic you think you use, I'm gonna say you've got some arrows prepared. I mean, I'm fine with it. You could have some
I
cloth
don't
tied
think it
around.
is something I would regularly
All right.
have.
Well, then you're gonna have to take a
Right.
round to actually tear off some cloth and put it on your
Have it
arrows.
around. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take my time to get
All right.
ready for this. That sounds good.
He's tying his shoelaces in the middle of us.
Yeah.
We're good.
Don't worry,
We're all
we'll
good.
fight in just a minute. Yeah,
Mhm.
was there?
Brendan?
I think I just cast sleep. That was
That's
what
right.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And Oak is out. Okay, so the orcs that you have left are going to go next. Ooh. Okay. All right. One of them does actually succeed in just striking down with the spear right through the throat of one of these wolves, and it just goes right through. Head goes flying. Wolf drops. The other one strikes. And again, you got another one of these things up and lifted on the end of the spear, and it's being held in place. And that's how they do. Wolf's turn. Oof. All right. Another orc goes down. One of them that is impaled on the spear decides to, instead of trying to get further down the spear and blocked by this cross piece, just swipes at the haft of the spear and snaps it. And so it's able to free itself as it rolls over. All right, next round. None of them have come at you guys. They seem to be just situating themselves to attack the orcs. All right, Richard, why don't you roll for your side?
Because
Yeah, but we like you rolling for your
Because-
side.
Here comes one.
oh my god, no!
Nope, you guys go first.
It's a 6 this time. All right.
So one of the wolves is still up on a spear being held. There are only 2 more active ones right now.
And how many orcs have we got left?
3 now.
All right.
Not including your driver. So 4.
Well, all right, I'll go. If nobody else is. Hey, well, we've seen how well I have shot recently by missing
Mhm.
both of them. Wouldn't it be a shame if I just accidentally shot an orc in the back by mistake? Whoops.
Okay.
If I was conscious, that's what I would be doing.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a roll. Actually, you can use your backstab ability on this.
Well, if I get any damage, then I
Mhm.
will. If I
That's a
manage to
double
hit.
entendre in this case. Is that like quadruple damage?
I mean, it's on fire as well now.
Yes, it is
so-
on fire
oh,
as well.
no.
It's a double
Oh, no.
backstab.
Yeah,
All
just
right,
roll to
longbow
hit.
damage. Pow.
Oh,
Ah, fuck.
Re-roll
yeah.
that. That's just sad. Re-roll it.
Yeah. Yeah, if nobody minds, I will spend a reroll. Watch me roll a 4 now. Oh. A 6! I doubled it,
Yeah, you double.
at least. Wow, I mean...
wow. Yeah, even with them not getting any dex modifier, it just goes wide.
Yep.
Just goes wide. Grown Wolf doing anything?
Yeah, so seeing my compatriots like aiming at orcs, I'm gonna think for a second. I'm fairly smart. I am kind of selfish though, and I don't like the idea of dying by wolves. They don't seem to be attacking us. I'm gonna gaseous cloud. I'm gonna gaseous cloud if I can both the orc that had the spear and the wolf that was biting. The two of them
Nice, nice. Plausible deniability. I meant to get the wolf. Yeah.
together. Exactly.
Sure.
It's a 20-foot sphere, and it does have a chance to be saved against.
Okay. Well, I'll do a save for both the wolf and the orc. So wolf. Nope, neither one.
Okay.
What are
It
the
lasts
effects?
lasts for 5 rounds, and any creature failing to save will be completely unable to act for those 5 rounds. They fall to the ground retching and gagging. They're treated as stunned for the rules. And that's basically it.
All right. So the orc drops the spear. Luckily for him, the wolf that was impaled on it can't do anything but retch and cough.
Yeah.
All right. And Dion, you're just still guarding?
No, I see that my compatriots, I like that buzzword, are attacking the orcs. Since I'm all the way in the back, I'm kind of seeing the whole scene
Yep,
unfold. And I just like look at my battle axe. I'm still standing in like the side of the cart, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there for a minute and look at the wheel on the front, the driver's side front wheel. Look at my battle axe. Look at the wheel. Look at the battle axe. And I just go and I sunder the wheel.
Sure, you break the spokes. Okay, I'll tell you what. So the driver was kind of standing. He had his crossbow ready to go. All right, no, he's still standing. So like he doesn't know what happened. He assumed one of the creatures broke the wheel though, but he keeps his perch.
And I'm gonna use my movement to duck around the other side of the wagon after I do that.
Yeah.
So
It causes
like,
his
what happened?
causes his aim on his crossbow to go wide though, so he shoots at one of the beasts and misses. And I think that's all your turn. Oof. All right, another orc goes down, having its throat ripped out.
We have what, 2 active ones left? 2 active wolves at this point?
Yes. One of them is, well, one active, 2 active, and one that can't really do anything.
Yeah. And 2 asleep?
2 asleep.
Okay.
And 2,
Okay.
2 that are, one's not got a head anymore. Yeah, okay, next round. Oak, D6.
Unconscious.
Yeah, well, you could roll. Good roll. So you guys go first again.
I'm gonna bust the other front wheel. And then go around and hide in the back.
Okay. You break a
Why are you
wheel.
destroying our transportation?
Because there's a whole fuck ton of horses that we can get out of here on horseback. It's better than a giant wagon that they'll recognize when we come back into town.
All right, Richard, anything?
Honestly, I think I will light up another arrow and then not contribute further because that is pretty much what I'm doing anyway. So yeah, I will hold an arrow ready.
He is given into defeat. Go ahead,
I like
Ferdinand.
that. I am going to cut the top of the canvas-covered wagon.
Okay.
Because I'm standing on top of it right now, basically.
Okay. So the orc that is the driver notices what you're doing and attacks you.
Okay, fair.
Oof.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, he just basically uses his crossbow as a club since it wasn't reloaded, so it's actually not too bad. 2 points of damage total.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he just backhands you with the crossbow.
Okay. I'm gonna yell, I'm just trying to make sure that our goods are safe. Dummy and orc.
Okay. All right. Is anyone else doing anything this round? Dion?
Oh, is it a new round already? Okay. I just say, I, I, no, they couldn't understand me before. I just take the battle axe and go right down the middle of the back door to open it. Just, here's Johnny!
All right. So the battle axe does hit steel. It does. It had iron bars that were covering the back end of it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you do not break that, but you do cut through the fabric anyway.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So the other two wolves, basically just grab up orc bodies and just go back into the woods with them. Except for the two that are asleep, and the one that is just kind of rolling around, gagging its guts out. All right, so encounter's over, and what this leaves you with is one orc that is also gagging his guts out, one orc that knows that you're up to something and just took a swipe at Grown Wolf, two more that are holding spears, not really knowing what's going on, and one more that's starting to get up off the ground.
Well,
So-
I mean, I've got this readied arrow.
If
It
you
would be
wanna
a
shoot
shame
one,
not to
yeah.
use it.
Go for it.
Um,
The one getting up is pretty badly wounded.
yeah, but I think the one attacking Grown Wolf is, it's
Sure.
attacking Grown Wolf. So yeah.
Now you are shooting
so-
into a melee, though. That's the thing.
Well, I've doubled my chances of hitting something. So
All right.
He wins either way.
I can
That's
roll
true.
a new character pretty quickly. I was in the wagon the whole time.
What? This is going to be Richard's crit roll. It's going to hit Grown Wolf.
I'm lone wolf now. I was alone in the wagon.
Yeah. Go ahead.
uh,
Oh, well, yeah, that hits something. Yeah, just roll a die. Evens, it's going to hit Grown Wolf. Odds, it's going to hit the orc. It's 50% if you fire into melee.
so I'm gonna roll a D3.
No.
No, it has to be. Oh.
Even-sided die, please.
Here is a D100 then. 81
Odd.
odd. So
Yep.
orc takes
Yep.
fiery damage.
That actually kills the orc. It was one
I'm gonna
away,
look
and
down.
he'll take a point of burn damage next round, so close enough.
I'm gonna look down as you do fire into the orc and be like, "See, I told you. You should have left me alone."
All right.
Can I open the back door?
You can work at the lock that's locking the gate.
Is it like a padlock?
Yeah, it's more like just a
Or-
bolt that's put in place. So you're just gonna have to work it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna work it out. I'll like turn my battle axe sideways and try and like chink it up and
yeah,
out.
that's fine. You can do that. That's fine. So in the back
Yeah.
there are two dwarves and an elven or perhaps a half elven woman.
Are they armed?
No,
Probably not.
We are
No.
bumpers.
they're
I'm gonna
bound.
toss-
Arms are bound behind their backs, and their legs are bound as well.
All right.
Now,
I'm
before you do anything
going
else, though,
to-
there are still a
Oh.
few
Oh.
orcs around that are taking exception to you freeing their captives. What do you want to do about them? They're not. You outnumber them at this point, so they're not sure about taking arms up against you.
It looks like my slaves have mutinied because I'm down.
Yeah, sure enough.
I'll look at them and I'll be like, "We'll pay you if you keep your mouth shut."
Well, they. I tell you what. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do a. Yeah, they run. They just run.
All right, cool. Back towards the town.
Why? We haven't got
Right?
anywhere. We're gonna meet. We told the people to meet us at the other place on the boat.
No,
Yeah.
I said they. I asked if they ran
Oh
back
right, sorry.
towards
I thought you
town,
were saying we.
or
should
if
go
they
back
ran
towards-
forward.
Right.
Which way did they go, Bert?
Which way did they go? Into the woods to the east
Yeah.
or west.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So completely different. All right. So they left. Cool. I'm
Yep,
gonna
they just run
go
away,
in and
yeah.
I'm gonna cut the ties. I'm gonna give each of the dwarves a hand axe. I'm gonna give the elf the short bow for protection. and be like, "There's horses enough for everyone. We got to get out of here."
Let's try and wake up Thiber.
Okay.
Where's Thyber? I haven't seen him the whole fight.
It's got to be around here somewhere.
You find him on the roof. Now, you do have one more of these werewolves that it's this retching on the ground that will be able to free itself shortly, and 2 that are asleep, and one more orc that's also retching himself out. Do you want to do anything about these?
Can I coup de grace all of them?
All of them?
I have a
Yeah,
battle axe.
sure.
Just
Yeah, they really can't do anything about it. Although you have to enter the cloud, so I guess you can't unless you want to shoot them.
I have a short. Yeah, I take the short bow back from the elf and be like, "Hold on a second."
Yeah,
Pink.
the mercy bowl. Yeah, the mercy shot. Although that won't kill the lycanthrope though. So
Oh no,
yeah.
that's fine. I let him
We've got
choke
fire.
for a bit.
You can.
Yeah, you do the
Okay,
fire.
yeah.
I took out the orc. I'll say I
Sure.
took 2 out.
You burn up the poor puppy.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna continue like getting the people out of the wagon, essentially.
Okay.
Like cutting it down and seeing if there's a way I can start getting people out.
Sure. Yeah, you guys get the wagon open easily enough. You find Thiber on the roof. If anybody wants to render aid, you can get him back conscious. As you're doing all of this, though, is anybody kind of keeping track of what's going on around you?
I'll keep an eye out the entire time. I'm kind of paranoid because those orcs ran off.
So coming up the road in the direction you were heading, there are 5 just gigantic wolves, but they're in harness. They're like someone's got leashes attached to them. And coming up behind these wolves is your fellow half-orc that was riding scout with you, Tristan.
Oh, well, that doesn't look good. Let's try and take him down before he gets there, for some reason.
He's walking fairly slow, and he's holding on to the wolves, although they look like they could easily just pull themselves away if they wanted to. Well, they're
Am
not
I
doing
awake
that.
yet?
You are awake now.
Look, we're not going to get paid if we don't make it to the next town.
We're going to get paid by the other people who offered us,
Why not both?
because we can't do both.
Yeah, we can.
We deliver the prisoners, we take the money, and then we free the prisoners.
Exactly.
Then we take their. Oh wait.
All right, so
Keep them hidden. Let them get close.
he stops just outside of bow range, and he waves.
I'm like, keep them out of sight. I'll climb down and walk out there,
Yep.
staggering.
Yeah, you don't feel well at all. Something is not
Yeah, I don't have to
right
pretend.
in your head. You're still bleeding out of your nose a little bit.
Which is good. That sells it. Does he let me get close?
How close do you want to get?
I'm walking up to talk to him. I'm not presenting like a threat.
Okay.
As I'm walking, I'm putting my sword back up.
He tugs on the harnesses, and the wolves actually sit, like they sit and lay.
Like we were ambushed by lycanthropes.
Yeah.
They killed everybody, destroyed front of the wagon.
He smiles and says, "Yeah, they're mine. This is my clan." He pats the side of one of them.
So you attacked us? More money for yourself, huh? And I just smile.
Hmm.
Are you trying
Different
to free the
money
prisoners?
altogether.
So what's your play?
What's yours? I saw what happened. I saw your men shoot at the, well, I'm not going to go so far as to say my friends. Who's paying you?
I guess we're just too nice sometimes. And I'm the ones that told your friends to run and take the orcs.
Hmm. Well,
There's
I
two that
think,
got away from what I'm told.
the rest of my family will take care of them. I think maybe we're not at cross purposes here.
The rest of I don't know all about them, but the rest of their crew is on our ship.
Good. Safe then?
As far as I know, we're supposed to be meeting up coast.
Greyhawk City, yes.
Were we meeting in Greyhawk or were we meeting in somewhere
Safeton, actually.
Yeah, Safeton. Yeah,
But he assumes Greyhawk. So do you correct him?
Not quite the Greyhawk.
Right. Well, we've got far travel.
No, if we share a similar purpose, we can share a similar path, then I'm sure that your friends can help keep the way safe, as long as we can trust you.
We've been bonded to make sure that they eventually arrive where they are intended to arrive, not where the slavers wanted them to.
Nice.
Now, do we have enough horses for everybody, or are we going to need the wagon?
Oh, there are plenty of horses now that
Okay.
all the rest of the orc crew is gone.
Some of them still have like a leg hanging from a stirrup, but there are horses.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
like, well, let's get everybody gathered. Now I'll turn my back to him and start walking back towards the group and hold up my hand like everything's cool.
Okay. He releases the reins to the wolves, and they just kind of pad off into the woods around you. You have a feeling they're still there.
Oh yeah.
I say, yeah, good thing that they're friendly, because otherwise, and I'm saying this to the people that I'm letting down out of the wagon, I was going to have to handle them too.
Simmer down now.
I know, I'm a street tough. I'm a no good Nick.
I look to the elf and I just ask if she's all right as we like help her out and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You think likely she's half elven, a bit taller than you would expect from an elf, a bit less slight of bone as well. She's got like a cowl over her head, and she's trying to, she's directly trying to make it so you can't get a good look at her.
I don't press trying to see her face. I just kind of avert my eyes a bit and just kind of usher her to a horse, offer to help her up if she needs it.
No, she hops aboard. The dwarf, one of the two dwarfs with their back there, though, just kind of look at the carnage that are around. And Thiber seems to be the leader of the group, so he speaks to you in common. Who's paying you? What are we to expect here? Are we slaves again? To new masters?
Now, who's asking this?
The dwarf. One of the two.
No, your friends agreed to join us if we rescued you. Your ship. This, from what I'm remembering, isn't that correct? That since their crew was decimated, and ours is too, kind of join up.
Right. The crews have joined together. He said, "Well, we've got a long trek ahead of us. Guess we should start going." He doesn't look like he's convinced that you're here to help.
Understandable. I look just like the dudes that took him.
Yeah. Except for all the blood coming out of your nose.
I have a severe headache.
And by severe headache, he means powder problem.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Pappy's peppy powder?
Mm-hmm.
Thiber's little helper.
It makes the family go away. No. Okay.
All right, cool. I saddle up again and turn around and actually wait, let's check out this cart. Is there any loot in it?
No, it was just transporting the three people, the half-elf woman and the two dwarves.
Does the driver have anything cool on him?
Well, there are plenty. I mean, you saw what they had on them. They had heavy crossbows, these boar hunting spears, and then, personal weapons. If you want to loot the bodies and take what little coin they have on them, they do have some coin.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether we were going to get paid by these people or...
Well, you already got
somebody
got
else at
half of the
destination.
payment up front.
Yeah,
So,
but I didn't know
yeah.
whether they were carrying the other half.
No, it doesn't look
at
like
the
they are.
destination, so, oh well.
Yeah, altogether there's about 20 gold between them, and mostly silvers and coppers.
While they're looting, I'm gonna turn to the elven woman and be like, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a big damn hero, and kind of give her the.
She either coughs or chuckles. It's hard to tell.
I have that effect on people, I say, and I start walking away like in a hero's swagger.
Right. So the half orc that's been kind of standing around waiting for you guys to get your stuff together, without you saying anything, just kind of takes lead ahead.
Do you need somebody else up there to help you scout as well? No? Okay, I'll stay back here then. It's fine.
My family will
Don't worry
take care
about
of it.
When we've got my group close, I just kind of whisper, like, you seem to be on the same side, but keep your eye on him.
All right. You guys are on horseback now. They were heading to Badwall. You need to make it to Safeton. Are you going to just skirt Badwall? Are you going to try?
Best.
Okay. All right. Good enough. So you get on the map again. This was supposed to be
Where
2.5
is Badwall?
days.
Which one of
So
those?
you guys were here at
dots on-
Highport.
Yeah.
This is Badwall. You
That's
guys,
not Elred and
y-
Badwall.
yeah, it's one side
Is
of
it
the
not that
city
one?
is, yeah, this one. Well, yeah, right here. Sorry, and this one's Badwall. The text is not connected well.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So you guys get to about here on the hex. You started off late in the afternoon, so it's starting to get nightfall. The half-orc, who still hasn't introduced himself, just tells you that his clan will watch out for the night if you need to rest. He suggests you don't start a fire.
Because they're scared of it, or
Draw attention.
It will draw attention.
oh, fine. All right. I mean, all right.
I've got no problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep with one eye open, though.
Right. You pull out what trail rations you have. You have a cold meal, basically. The elven woman, or half-elven woman, still hasn't introduced herself. But she does offer that her and her remaining companions need to reach the free city of Greyhawk as soon as possible. And are you to accompany her there, or do we part ways in the morning?
The rest of your crew at Safeton,
Ah.
or at
Do
least
I,
that's where they were headed. So, is that on the way to Greyhawk? I'm not really sure of this area.
Close, yes.
Oh, there we go.
Do I notice anything about her dialect that would place what kind of elf or where she's from? Like regional dialect. I'm from the Appalachians of Elfville, that kind of thing.
Make me an intelligence check.
Okay. That is 2 over.
Okay.
So no.
Not really. She's got a fairly cosmopolitan dialect, so she's not a wood elf. She doesn't come from country. She's likely city-born. Valuna, Furandi, any of those regions could come from.
You know what? As soon as I hear that, city folk, I'm a country boy out foraging in the woods for weird things to eat. As soon as I detect, like, I hear her talk real good for the first time, I'm not interested anymore. I'm good.
Now, what's this, the were-orc? What's his game? He's wanting just one of these or all of them? The prisoners.
Oh, no, he's just there to make sure that they get to their final destination. You don't know why. Like, you don't know who's paying him. It's just that's what has stated, that he's there to make sure they get to where they need to go.
I didn't know, like, where he knew where they needed to go versus where we're taking.
Yep. His reasons haven't been brought out, but yeah, he's just there to accompany them to make sure they get there safe. So yes, question. You've got no fire. He has offered his clan to protect you over the night if you wish to sleep, but you might want to set watches anyway. Up to you guys. What do you want to do tonight?
I just want to join your clan.
It requires the change.
And I'm listening.
That's all. Not too many people willing to be mauled near death.
I hear this and I'm immediately interested as well.
It wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first time, but at least I get benefits now.
We're not looking to increase the family at the moment.
I mean, we did, someone did murder a few of those wolves. I mean, there are at least a couple of open slots, right? I mean,
Thank you for bringing that up. It's kind of a sore spot.
sure, understood. But on the other hand, I pledge you a life debt. I'll join your clan. How does that sound? Is that good?
No. I'm afraid you're not of
Already have
the
darkness
temperament.
inside you.
Yeah.
I know. Well, that's what I'm thinking. How
Yeah,
much
it's
shit
like,
could I
you
cram?
smell
Kid, one
bad.
person.
No one here wants to eat you. You don't smell right.
Yeah, I've been told that. I've been told that before. You know what? Understood then. Acceptable outcome.
Get your lesser blood out of here.
That's right. Nice.
I'll make conversation with the dwarves at night then, if they're willing to talk.
Sure.
Yes.
If you make it
See
very
what they're
clear
about.
that you really have talked to their crew, specifically
Yeah.
the dwarf that...
I mean, I used the name of one of
Yeah.
the half.
Sure,
And
no
describe
problem.
what we put on our ship, and
Yeah. Yes, I mean, you get the info dump. I mean, basically they were here to escort some gear to the free city of Greyhawk because there is trouble brewing on the borders. There's a group that calls themselves the Nine. Their leader, Turkish Michaelius. Again, Thyber, you've heard that name before. You just don't know where or how. And but it does bring up some memory. His band are breaking treaties, dashing borders, and causing a lot of havoc in the area. It's a precursor to a war. He's doing attacks on our neighbors, doing things that make it look like we're their aggressors. We're sent to help shore up the defenses, but also try and prove that we're not the ones causing the problems here, which will be difficult. He's a very, well, he knows what he's doing.
And apparently you have someone looking over you to hire the likes of these to make sure you arrive safely.
Yeah, and she gets a little quiet about this. She's like, I really don't know who he is or have ever heard of his clan before. It's
He's just
interesting.
hired. It's whoever's looking out for you is hired.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Council of Greyhawk, of course, were the ones to extend the need for what's coming. We simply answered that, but I don't know who on the council could have done this or anticipated our need. We were taken at sea. Something attacked us at sea. We barely made it to port, and from there, stupidly, not knowing the city that we were involved in, we got ourselves captured.
Do I know anything of the oligarchy in Greyhawk, or have heard of it or anything?
You might. Make me an intelligence check.
No, I rolled a D10, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I would always succeed on that
Of
one.
course. A little, I mean, they have a ruling council, elected officials. You don't know a lot about it because, I mean, you grew up in the Pomarge area, which is, the Woolly Bay Wild Coast area. The Free City.
I know they're not to fuck with, though.
Yeah. They've got great defenses. They're largely human populated.
Okay. Yeah. So definitely know not to not get these people safe would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Even if we weren't messing with this werewolf plan.
True enough.
Okay. Just making sure I don't have any last minute motives in my head to change.
All right.
I was just gonna say I trust him. he had the opportunity. It was me and him out there alone with his clan, and it didn't kill me. So,
Well, that is a valid point. I suppose. Yeah, if he could have taken the meal, I expected he would have. All right. Well, good enough for me. Good enough for me. All right. All right. Well, we haven't slept well in a while. If you pardon me, I think I'm going to need to turn in and conserve my strength for the morning.
all right. I mean, sleep over there in that pile of leaves, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there are some
Bedrolls and stuff.
bedrolls and stuff
we'll
on the
have there,
horses,
yeah.
right? So
And
is
rations. We've got enough rations for how many?
enough? You're only going to be out 2.5 days. Are you guys going to set a watch or not?
Didn't the wolf fellow say that they were willing to do that?
Yeah. They said that they would
you
take care of
trust
it.
the wolf fellows.
Grown Wolf does, unfortunately. Grown Wolf's like, cool, excuse to be lazy, and is definitely gonna take 5.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm gonna make. What do you want to do for like an insight? Do I get what kind of vibe do I get? Does he feel honorable or?
He feels to you like any other sellsword that you have ever met. Maybe honorable in the fact that if you pay him, he'll stay paid instead of taking a better offer.
But if he is paid to make sure they're protected, then shouldn't be an issue.
Shouldn't be. I mean,
Yeah.
as
I will
Tristan's
sleep,
pointed
but I'm gonna
out,
sleep lightly.
they had ample opportunity to take you all out if they wanted to.
Right. I'll still sleep lightly though, or
Okay.
attempt to.
All right. Is anyone going to try and stay a watch, or do you want to just get some good sleep?
I don't care. If he murders me in my sleep, I'll wake up angry tomorrow.
Okay. Dion?
I'm going to bed with my mans.
Right. He's like, yeah, could have been killed by a werewolf. The humanity.
I'm just convinced at this point that I'm a whirling dervish of death in my sleep, so what do I have to worry about?
Right. So, Oak, you said you're going to be a little wary.
Yeah, well, it's not wary, but just that make sure I want to kind of keep my mind focused enough to be alert if case shit goes down.
Okay. I mean, no fire. The night is dark. The moon is quarter, so there's not a lot of light. You do hear a lot of moving around in the forest around you, but you're
Howling.
assured, that his clan is going to take care of things. Something does wake you up, though. Deep into the night, Grown Wolf gets up. He takes 2 steps forward, and he vanishes.
Fuck. Is anybody else awake?
No.
Tristan, NPC. Shake him awake.
Uh,
Grown Wolf just disappeared.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Shut up.
What?
Grown Wolf just got up, took 2 steps, and disappeared. No one was here. He vanished.
Well, he's
Do
a
you know what's
magic
going on?
user. He probably did some magic thing.
Since when?
He's magic. He farts.
I'm magic!
Hold up. How many
Go
fingers
back.
am I holding up? Can you tell, Green Wolf? I mean, you go bleeding
He's
out your
not there.
nose.
He's gone. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gone.
I know, but he could have gone to the
Oh,
toilet or something,
yeah.
for all we know.
True.
Hey, I'll get up and... Is... NPC orc person whose name we don't have, clan person around?
Yeah, he's Little Spoon tonight.
No, not your, not
is there
NPC's
appear to
orc
be
person.
any wolf
Oh.
around?
The
or anything?
NPC who is with us, who is an orc,
Oh.
Yes.
half orc, who
Yeah.
has a clan.
He's sleeping. Yeah, he's curled up and sleeping on the ground.
I'll wake him up.
What?
One of our parties just disappeared, apparently. Can you ask your friends if he's out there somewhere, just taking a leak in the bush, or whether we need to be worried about this?
The one that smells real bad, is
Okay.
he still around? Because he
Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah, he walks over to Grown Wolf's sleeping area, kind of sniffs around, and then does a a slow but widening circle. He gets to about the part where, you saw Grown Wolf take a couple of steps and disappeared. And he just turns back to you and says, his scent stops here.
Oh. So he did actually
Told you.
disappear. Wow. All right.
I'm magic.
I owe you a Coke. I was wrong.
I just go back to sleep. and
This
just
is a
roll
setup because
over.
you can't make it next week, so this is where you disappear.
Nope.
If anything, I think Tristan would just be happy. I think.
So he just seems to have disappeared, just left. I mean, he is a magic user, man.
I didn't think he was that powerful.
Yeah. Why didn't he do it before? If he could as well.
Sandbagging.
I mean,
it's
it's
the
just
old rope.
suspicious. If he has got an interdimensional pocket of some description where there's like comfy beds and fire and everything, he's just getting a good night. I am going to be so pissed off at him. I mean,
He's got a lazy boy and satellite, and he's just chilling with a beer, watching television.
yeah, exactly.
A
Oh,
little heart-shaped bed that vibrates when you put a quarter
Yeah,
in
It
it.
rotates. You probably think my head is up my own ass, so maybe that dimension is my prison pocket, and I just.
Gotta go self-flagellate for a few hours. Don't mind me.
That's what we call it at the Mage Academy.
All right, yeah. So the half-orc just tells you he's just stopped. He's just gone from here. His scent doesn't lead anywhere else.
all right. Well, then I will spread like a load of twigs around on the ground near where he disappeared, so that when he comes back, he will step on them and alert us all.
Okay.
And then just go to bed again because I can't do anything about this.
Okay.
Go back to
Not a
bed.
magic user.
All right. So to like the first light as dawn breaks, you hear the twig snap. Grown Wolf just suddenly appears like he's taking a step through a doorway. He is covered in blood. He has a strange dagger in one hand. When I say strange, is that the blade is very thin and long. And he just goes into his bedroll, rolls up, and looks like he just goes right back to sleep.
Bert, do I happen to have 2 murderous and ravenous hot dog rats with me?
No, not yet. No.
Okay.
I think they're supposed to be telepathic hot dog rats as well.
True. The very
Telepathic,
MCC.
murderous hot dog rats.
Hot dog rats, yeah.
The best kind. The best kind.
Damn it, Bert.
Hey, I'm from Chicago, though, so can no ketchup, please? Just mustard, relish, sport peppers, and poppy seed, please.
No, Jen, those hot dog rats are on board the ship. I mean, you're already trying to keep them from
Or you
doing
could have
things.
told if Brendan steps back and he's got them, he's murdered them and gutted them.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Little hot dog rat pelts on his shoulders.
Just got a nice little stole that only covers, like, the back of my neck.
Right. Yeah, it's
Earmuff.
oddest thing. So, Tristan, if you go over and take a look, the twigs that you had put in, about the area that he disappeared before, they're both broken. He just stepped on them, but also they're frozen. Like there are ice crystals on them, and as he stepped on them, they shattered.
I mean, that is outside of my area of expertise, but weird. If I can do it, I'll go over and poke at his feet while he's sleeping. Are they cold?
They are actually. He is like to the touch. He feels like he's frozen.
The hell, Grown Wolf? What have you been out murdering?
Holy crap.
Do I wake up?
Yeah, sure. He pokes at you. You wake up. You are freezing. You
jeez.
are so cold.
Do I have the dagger still?
You do.
Is
It's
it
still
like-
it's still in your hand. So it's
Yeah,
like
like sleeping with it.
Yeah.
I look at it and I immediately throw it into the back of the woods.
don't know what that is.
Hey everyone, nice to see you here. Need anything?
Whose is this? And I wipe my hand across, like wipe it blood off his face, the smell of it,
Yeah,
taste it.
it's fresh.
It tastes like,
Yeah, it's fresh blood.
who'd
I
you
was-
just kill?
I was hungry and I walked into the woods and I murdered and ate a boar.
I turned to the other guy. I'm like, does this smell like boar to you?
Oh, actually, that's a good. He'll go over and he'll sniff it and says, "Human, long
Yeah.
pork."
You know what? I'm gonna level with the group here, guys. Since I pledged to that Dark Mother lady, haven't really been feeling great, and I woke up the other night also covered in blood, dressed in black, and with a really weird fucking dagger.
So you're an assassin by night?
Beats the ever-living fuck out of me, but kind of looks that way.
Yeah,
Alright.
Maybe you are badass.
Do you have
That's cool.
money in your pocket? Did you get paid?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should be. I wonder if I can negotiate. And I empty my pockets. Do I have anything in my pockets?
Probably,
Nope. You don't. Nothing that wasn't already there before, anyway.
you're probably doing it in the service of your lady or something to get higher up in her estimation. And
Yeah.
I
It'd
don't
be
know,
nice. It'd be nice if they
pyramid
like
scheme.
there was like a homeowners association or something that could like tell me the bylaws or let me know what's going on. But so far, y'all, I don't know anything.
Yeah, I
Can you ask Tellish?
go pick up the dagger. Is it cold?
It is. It's ice cold, but the blood is still warm on it.
Oh.
There's no need to get rid of it.
I take it and I'm like, okay, I mean, you know now it was my Dark Mother secret, I guess. I don't know. But why do you say Tellish, Tristan?
Because didn't you like do something with Tellish?
All of us
did. Oh no, I have been hearing a voice. Vaguely Tellish like in my oh fuck. Do I recognize that bird? Should I roll like an int or a wisdom or something?
You only heard it the one time.
You're right.
Yeah, you haven't heard it since. And
Yeah.
as far as you're
Too many.
aware, nothing else has been going on inside your head other than the normal.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, my tack with you, Tristan, is just to be like, why Tellish? I don't know. I mean, I pledged to her. This seems to be happening. It seems all above board for as below board as it is, really.
I mean, I can't cut open your head and look inside it
Oh,
No.
good.
to work out what's going on. So, yeah, okay.
Cool. Just let us know you're going next time, so we don't think something happened to you.
If I can, I will say, like, if I hurt one of y'all, I'm sorry, and you have my permission if I do to like murder the fuck out of me, because that would be wrong. You're my friends. You're
Done.
Grown
first
Wolf
time I've
is
said
like,
that out loud. You're
Yeah.
my friends.
so to you, it's like you just laid down to sleep, and the next thing you knew, Tristan was poking you in the feet. Like there was
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
no recollection of anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really warn you. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. You try to kill me, I'll kill you first.
Okay, cool. Good deal. I like that. Let's keep that together. Like all with can we all say that? Like whoever tries to kill me first gets killed. Like that seems good.
I'd rather not die.
Me too.
Oh, we got mouse
Yeah.
snake. I want to clean it.
Right. Yeah. Again, trail rations, and you hit the road. You're trying to avoid the next city and go up the coast. So, do you want to go further inland, or do you want to go further towards the coast to avoid things?
What does our orc friend suggest?
Woods are safer for me.
I mean, if we're gonna have the backup.
Yeah, so if your friends are watching our back, we might as well.
All right.
Forest is looking pretty sus, according to this map.
Yes, sus
Oh.
forest. It is the sussest. All right. Well, we'll just make some rolls here. So over the next couple of nights, as you were skirting around the city and you're kind of veering off and kind of getting in towards Safeton, and that's several days. You don't really encounter anything that's troubling. It looks like his clan is keeping things away from you. And you're able to well arc around the cities as you're heading towards Safeton. During this time, now aware of what might be going on with Grown Wolf, it doesn't repeat itself.
Well, that's just disappointing. Ah.
I would make a bet with them if they're into it. Like, how about tonight? What do you think? Over under?
Right. So you are within a day's shot of Safeton, as best as your guide can tell you. He's a pretty good woodsman, but he stays away from the cities for the most part.
I guess our paths end here.
Yep. Well, you know you can see the city in a rise below you. It'll take a few hours to get there. He would rather not travel that far outside of the woodland. And Safeton is not a safe place for him.
Not a problem.
Is it a safe place in general, or is it an ironic name? Do you know?
Well, I mean, it's still part of the Wild Coast, but its population is less orky and has a bit more control. The governor of the town is pretty brutal, but he keeps the laws pretty strictly.
So as long as we follow them, we'll be all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as you follow the laws, you'll be okay.
Thank you for the escort.
Yeah, I think and it's just I guess we head to Safeton.
Right.
If we're going down hills like that, can we look out? Do we have any like eye on our boat or anything by chance from this distance?
Likely how long you've traveled. Your boat would have reached there far before you would have.
Right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Do we see it like in harbor or anything?
There are a
like
lot of
covers?
boats in the harbor, actually. So yeah, kind of hard to tell. Before he leaves, Tristan, your your companion here will tell you that that your friend, your disappearing friend, has a smell of graves and death upon him.
And that's not the first time I've heard it described in that manner. But
Are we talking about where he's been or what's come out of him?
yeah. All right.
He just says yes.
So wait. All right. Okay. I guess you can't tell me any more than that. Thanks. I mean, maybe he's visiting graves. No, because it was several days ago, so he's not still visiting graves at night. I don't know.
But what's
All right,
that?
thanks for
That fetish
confusing
when
me even
people have
further.
to eat
I mean,
dirt.
that's great.
That's what he's got to eat grave dirt. It's his new fetish.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a new thing. Yeah, that's it. That's all he has to say. But
right.
he leaves
Thanks for
the
the
prisoner in your
warning.
care. That's it.
Oh,
He and his
I suppose
clan.
you want to tell us who contacted you to, pay you to do this job.
You never tell who pays. You never tell.
All right, fine.
I'll never tell.
Yeah, exactly. So, mid-afternoon, you arrive into Safeton. It is actually a walled city. You're met at the gates, as you are neither merchants or traders. There's no fee. They allow you in. And if you travel down to the wharf, yes, your boat is there.
Let's
Doesn't
go
like
reunite these people.
Mm-hmm.
Minus one dwarf. Sorry about that.
Right.
You might say we're short one dwarf.
You might
Just a
say
little.
that.
Just a little short.
Just a little.
All right. So this is a big bustling city. It's also a trade city. It looks like there are major trade here is in seafood and goods that come through the harbor. It's very bustling. It's a lot cleaner than Highport is. High seawalls here as well. Again, the same kind of dwarven construction that's a little odd for this area. The walls were here before the city was, and no telling exactly how that happened. But yeah, bustling population here is mostly human. You see a few demi-humans here and there. It has a fairly high halfling contingent, actually. But you meet up with your boat. The travels here were fine. They didn't have really any trouble at all. They've got plenty of food and water in stores now. When the other crew reunites, they do ask for a moment. They need to discuss things.
Sure.
Yep. And after a bit, she will come back up and say, well, we thank you for the effort that you've put forward so far, the rescuing of our crew and ourselves, of course. We don't expect you to go unrewarded, but as you know, we're a little at loose ends at the moment. All of our goods went down with the attack in the sea. But if you were to accompany us to the free city of Greyhawk, we could definitely arrange something so that you are not uncompensated for this.
I mean, I guess we have to because we've got your stuff.
I don't mind traveling in a group.
It's a
a
good
little
city to
more
resupply in as
security.
well. Just find some training.
Yeah.
And she just lays out basically she doesn't expect you to transport them for nothing, but of course there's very little they could give you now. The stores that you took on really need to get to Greyhawk for their own defense. She's a little miffed at the deal they struck originally when they gave you some of that. But yeah, doesn't go back on what the rest of her crew had done. She's still
Did they give us
again.
some of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a couple of spears that are made of an odd metal.
Oh, right. Yes. Yep. Sure. Did get the weird weapons.
And so again, she's going very much out of her way to keep her, her face hidden in shadow. So you've never really gotten much of a great look at her face other than the lower part of her mouth.
What color's your skin?
Dark olive,
Okay.
like very, very tanned.
Okay.
Hmm.
Not ebon though.
No. Not at all.
All right.
Yeah, so you're here. Your boat's loaded and ready to go. If there's anything you wanted to do here, you could, but they're anxious to get
If
to
I
the free city.
recall correctly, we
Yeah,
cannot go up the river which goes straight to Greyhawk. It's going
Exactly.
to be too shallow for our boat. So,
Mhm.
are we dumping our boat here and
I don't know.
traveling
Is it too
overland, or are
shallow?
we going to travel to Hardby and then get some narrow boats?
You have a sea-worthy boat, which means it's not. You've got that curved bottom that's going to
Right.
get hung up in the river. So no, you really can't take your boat. I think
Okay.
you'd already discussed this with your captain, where the
Yeah.
captain was going to get the boat.
Hardby would probably be a better port
Mm-hmm.
and that much closer.
All right.
Just go
I look
across.
at the depth of the hull and I say, we can't fathom that.
That
Funny.
was not a good joke.
Funny.
Did I say I make ones that are good?
Punishing. Well, guys, I've honestly, I was hard pressed to go on tonight. I had a pretty busy day, and I didn't get a lot of chance to go over my notes and stuff. So, if you don't mind, we'll end it there. And
Not a problem.
yeah, you guys will start the next session in Hardby. You can decide how you're going to get up to Greyhawk, which is not terribly far from here. It's
Nice.
basically just a trip up the river or overland. Once you get there, you guys will be able to get your training. So there will be leveling for some of you at that point. Good?
Go.
Good. Okay.
Sounds good.
Good.
All right. Dion, anything you want to plug there?
I'm Dion, also known as Substances Used on Twitch. You can catch me doing some gaming on my stream and tabletop on other streams, like here with Steam Steel Murder on Tuesdays and Fridays. On well, I'm not doing that anymore. On Mondays, I'm gonna be doing Featherfall, and yeah. So that's it for now.
Nice. Richard, anything?
You can find me here also on Tuesdays and Fridays in the same streams as Bert and Dion at the same times. You can also watch me at LMTDETMFFR, or say it with me now, Limited Time Offer, No Vowels, where I play a variety of different video games.
Good ones,
It's fun.
too.
Come join me.
He gets to play games that my computer would never be able to run, so I live vicariously through his computer. Yes, and there we go. Brendan!
Hi, I'm a freelance art falcon for tabletop, which means I often just watch other people play games too, because I have no time as somebody that works for themselves also. But yeah, you can catch me pretty much every weekday streaming tabletop art on Twitch, usually with a pen and ink OSR style flair. And I play in games on Mondays, also with Dion on Featherfall, with Bert here during this. and I just make stuff. So if you like the dumb puns and things, say hi.
There we go. Friendin. We just
was
did.
Friendin.
Sorry. Oak. It's double Friendins for all the personalities that are in his head.
No one wants that, Bert. No one wants
No,
double
no.
friended.
As Oak, you can catch me here on Tuesdays with these folks, and Friday nights playing in some 5e, and Saturday nights playing a bastardized version of 5e with my Grimdark Homebrew. And both of those start at midnight Central, Twitch and YouTube, and now Odyssey, URAENCE.
Yep. I need to create a little plug for you on here. I'm sorry I didn't
No
grab
problem.
them beforehand, but I will do so. So if anybody's still listening out there, you have found us at twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder. We stream on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, different and various things. And the podcast is at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com. Tonight was a little flat. Apologize. I was really, really busy trying to get some layout and such done. But I did not want to miss the opportunity of having a friend in on the stream and laying out what nasty things I have in store for him.
I cannot wait to find out how Grown Wolf dies.
So have a good night, everybody.
Not everyone.
Night.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.